Good morning, boys and girls. This morning, I'm going to go ahead and teach you a reading lesson using a video. So, yesterday, we created our own ideas about our books and found evidence to support our ideas. But sometimes when we read, we add our own thinking, our own knowledge to our retells. So, we need it, and sometimes this stops us from reading the details in our books and learning as much as we can about what we're reading. So today I want to teach you that readers don't just think, what do I already personally know about this topic? Instead, they really think, what is this book actually talking about? So I was reading this article right here that we've read previously, Ant Farmers. And I was reading these paragraphs about what ants eat. So I decided to write a sticky note of my own idea about my own thinking, asking myself, what's my own idea? And my own idea was ants eat things they find like people food. Well, all right, well, that's my idea, but is that really true? Is there evidence in this reading to actually say, this is really what ants eat? So I'm going to read the first couple paragraphs just to see if I'm right or wrong. Imagine carrying a piano down a hill and dragging it home, then doing it again and again and again. Leafcutters ants do something like that. They carry leaves, not pianos. They climb trees and other plants. They cut leaves into pieces with their jaws. Then they carry the pieces back to their nest. Ants don't eat the leaves, they farm with them. They chew the leaves up into mush. They put the mush into piles. White fungus grows on the mush. The ants eat the fungus. Wait a minute. So, ants really don't eat things they find laying around like people food, like crumbs, cookies, chips from like maybe a picnic. There's nothing in this reading that supports my idea, so that means I need to change my idea. I have to come up with an actual idea that matches what I'm reading. I don't want to just add my own knowledge to whatever I'm learning. So I'm gonna rewrite this. So I'm gonna put ants use things from nature to make their own food. So now I'm going to go back and reread those paragraphs because rereading is a very important skill to see if I'm right, see if there's evidence that actually supports my new idea. Leafcutter ants do something like that. They carry leaves, not pianos. They climb trees and other plants. They cut leaves into pieces with their jaws. Then they carry the pieces back to their nest. Ants don't eat the leaves, they farm with them. They chew the leaves into mush. They put the mush into piles. White fungus grows on the mush. The ants eat the fungus. Wait a minute. So, right in here, the ants, right in here in this paragraph, the ants really do use what they find in nature to help them make their own food. And I have evidence supported right here in this section. Okay. Now, did you see what I did? I came up with an idea, and then I came up with my own idea about this topic, and then I read what I read about it, and then I realized my idea wasn't right. I just added my own thinking. I didn't add with actual facts. So then I came up with a new idea that matched the actual facts, that there's actual writing in this article about my idea. My idea is supported. So you're going to try the same thing. You're going to get your book box. You're going to find a book. You're going to write an idea about your book. And you're going to put the sticky note right next to the evidence that supports your idea. I'm going to have the sub pause the video for about 1 minute while you get your books and do this job. You're going to write one sticky idea on a sticky note, and your sticky note is going to be stuck next to the idea in your reading, where the evidence is for your idea in your reading. Go. All right. Good work. So some of you guys probably looked in your books, maybe and wrote a good idea, or used the idea you already wrote from previous day, and then you actually found the evidence in your reading. You put your sticky note right next to it and thought, does this idea match what's actually in my reading, or is it my own thinking? So if you were able to do that, you did a very good job. So now your job from now on is to be able to, anytime you read nonfiction text, is to come up with your own ideas and make sure there's actual evidence in your reading that matches the idea you developed. And if it's not, you need to go back and change your idea about what you're reading. All right, off you go. Go read independently.